The scrub closed behind me like a breath held too long. Dusk had coagulated into a thick, iron taste of night, and every path I tried dissolved into clinging shrubs and impossible hollows. My phone died an hour ago. The map was only a memory. Each step sank soft in leaf litter. Each snap of twig sounded like an accusation. Wind, or something like it, moved through the branches, carrying a smell that was wrong. Warm and sweet and sour all at once, like fruit rotting on a funeral pyre. I stopped, heart loud enough to drum in my ears, and listened. Far off, a kangaroo thumped. Closer, something scraped over rock with a slow, patient intelligence. A shape peeled itself out of the shadows. A man, but not a man. He stood too straight, joints angular as branches, head cocked as if listening to a tune I could not hear. His eyes were the black of oil wells, reflecting the last shred of twilight into two tiny suns that made my skin crawl. His smile unlatched his face. Teeth seemed too many, too thin, and they gleamed wetly. Under his skin the muscles did not quite move like meat. They slid, a suggestion of wrong geometry. He didn't run. He moved with the surety of something that had always known where I would be. He raised one hand. Long fingers flexed like roots searching soil. A voice came from him. A hush that did not match his mouth. A voice that sounded like someone whispering secrets behind my name. Lost, it said. The syllable was a stone dropped inside my ribs. I turned and ran. The bush took me like a maze swallowing light. I stumbled, hands clawing at grit and bracken, and behind me the sound came steady as a tide. A soft, comfortable footfall that was somehow exactly my pace. When I dared a glance, he was always a little closer. His grin spread as if he savored the chase. Branches snagged my jacket and tore my skin. The world narrowed to breath and soil and the scrape of claws, or was it nails, against trunks. I dove into a hollow, pressed myself flat, breath powdered and small in the dark. Leaves whispered. The man stopped at the hollow's lip and stooped like he had patience enough to watch an ant's life end. His face hovered 2 palms from mine, so near that his breath tasted of rot and spring blossoms and old things. He tilted his head, examining me like a collector inspecting an insect. In that face, every human kindness had been filed away and sharpened into hunger. "You shouldn't have come alone," he murmured, and the words were velvet wound round steel. I thought of calling out. My voice cracked like a dry branch and collapsed. He smiled, pleased, and leaned in until his shadow poured over me. When he exhaled, his breath smelled of my childhood, of the steady, careless afternoons that had taught me to trust the world. Maybe that was the cruelest thing, how he wore memory like perfume to lure me into stillness. Then, he withdrew as if to savor the stalking itself. He took a single step back, and the night swallowed him whole again, his outline dissolving among branches that seemed to warp to hide him. I waited until the cold reached my bones, until owl calls stitched the air, until fear became a hard, disciplined thing. When I crawled out, dawn had already bled at the horizon and the world looked ordinary and honest. I found the track by accident, an animal trail that led, improbably, to the road. I ran until my legs forgot how to feel, and when the road lights stunned me with their human, sterile glare, I stopped. No one saw the sliver of a smile at the tree line behind me. No one heard the soft exhale that could have been relief, or the promise of another hunt. At home my locks felt thin. I left curtains open all night and propped a chair against the door. When sleep finally came, it carried a memory of black eyes and a voice that tasted like home. I dreamed of being found and of being followed and of the hollow where he had leaned in close. When morning leaked through the blinds, my phone buzzed with unfamiliar numbers. I didn't answer. Beyond the glass, the garden shadowed and swayed, and for a heartbeat I believed I was safe. Then the curtains in the upstairs neighbor's window moved, and something in the movement was a little off, a fraction too slow. And I wondered if the things that learned patience under branches kept learning even when they came to hunt at thresholds. Outside, in the distant scrub where paths vanish when you turn too fast, something like a man stood very still and listened for my next mistake.